What's up guys, it's APJ here and this is the 15th episode of the Newcastle United career mode in FIFA 16 and this is the start of the second season. Of course I took a long break to get ready for the second season and here we are looking at our objectives. We got a budget of nearly 30 million and 140k in wages and our league objective was to finish and to qualify for a Champions Cup spot, so that means in top 4. So it may not the greatest of decisions from the board, but let's see what we can do with the best of this squad we have. And we did start off with the training, not the greatest of training sessions, and we get a chance to participate in the pre-season tournament and get nearly a 7 million bonus cash as well. So of course if you have followed this career mode, you know we signed Ronaldo on a pre-contract basis from Wolfsburg and he has just arrived in Newcastle United for €0, and that is an absolute bargain. He's 33 years age old, but he's an 86 rated defender with 4-star weak foot and lots of specialities. As you can see, I think he can be an integral part in our defense and in our hope to secure a Champions Cup spot. So regarding the transfers, first of all we got lots of players who I'm not interested, like Riviere. Oberton is decent, but we got better alternatives like Capella and Sissoko in that position, and Mike Williams and Elliott can go as well, and Bigirimana and a couple of other youngsters who might go out on loan and have a decent time with the lower league clubs and they can improve better. So we get an offer for Tim Krul. Absolutely, he's my first choice goalkeeper, and I'm in search of a secondary choice goalkeeper as well. So another training session, first growth for Aaron's vision and Haidara's shot passing. So we get an offer for Jorginho Wijnaldum, 18 million pounds from FC Bayern Munich. Of course he was my star player last campaign, so no point in selling him, man. He's one of my best players to have in this career mode as well. He's so good to use. So get an offer for Vukic, we are counter offering that, and after that we get into the first game of the preseason tournament against Galatasaray. We are very lucky to get a 2-1 victory there as well. So Reading wants Williamson, absolutely decided to sell him. I think I'm asking for the base value of the players, so that makes sense. We don't need that profit on the players who I'm not having any plans to use, so getting base value will be a great deal. So moving into the second game of the European International Cup against Hoffenheim, we have got a very decent team by the looks of it, but once again we are very lucky to get a 1-0 victory to Papis Demba Cisse thanks to the goal from him. And another transition here, BCBCC. So decent, we are getting guys to fire up for the start of the season. So a couple of players, and good to see Vukic have left us for Sheffield United. And the final game of the group stages and a comfortable 3-1 victory this time. Unfortunately, Thorin picked up a slight knock and he will be out for 7 days. So we get an extra cash from the pre-season tournament, and we are sending away a couple of players out on loan. So it's good to see them have a great season, and they might be a very good player when they come back as well. So I think this is semi-finals against Saints, and once again a comfortable victory. Brace from Sissoko and Cisse, 4-1 victory there against Saints is a very decent and very good result. And the training session, Aaron's grows to 74, and he did get an A in the El Rondo, so that's good to see. Him and Haidara growing pretty much quick as well. So you're in good run. I think it's time we let him leave. He's 74 rated, he's 30 years old as well. I think I'll be playing Remy Cabella and Ayosi Perez on the left hand side. So this is the final of the European International Cup, and unfortunately we lose 3-4 on penalties to Villarreal after a 2-2 draw in the extra time as well. So more sad news is that Haidara will be missing the first 2 months of this campaign. So Reading wants Oberton, we are counter offering an 850k bid on him. And Gouffran, as I said earlier, I'm really starting to feel to leave him, because he's not that good. He is average at everything. So if you get a good deal for him, that would be great. a profit on him as well. So being very stringy, yeah, and I am being very consistent in asking 850k for Oberton. He's a very decent player. He's got very good pace as well. So another training session sees Mitrovic getting an A, and Chancel Member has grown out to 79. Along with him and Naldo, our defense improved massively over the course of this season. So Reading finally decided to manage and match the offer, and of course it looks like Gouffron will be leaving us too. And now we got an offer from Bournemouth for Riviere around I'm countering offering around 2 million. And the fact that we got I'm looking for a new goalkeeper, there's no doubt in that. Tim Krul is my first choice goalkeeper. I'm looking for a very good backup, and as you can see we got Carriers, Ryan, McCarthy and Butland. Carriers, Ryan and Butland are all 78 rated. They look to be the sort of 78 rated, and they're very decent, very young for a goalkeeper. 23 years is very young for a goalkeeper. And Carriers is 6'3", and Ryan unfortunately is 6 foot tall only. That's short for a goalkeeper. And Butland I think is 6'4" or 5. 6'5", and he's the most popular choice, and he's got very high potential in game. So first something that attracts me about Carriers, I think he might be a perfect fit. If he sign Butland, he's going to be competing so much for a first choice goalkeeper spot, but now I just need a secondary goalkeeper. So what I'm doing now is trying to make a formal bid of 8 million for each of them, and I know Butland is going to be very expensive because he has got a base value of 8.5 million, so it's going to be very expensive to sign. So I think my instinct predicts Carriers to be a good choice. But another thing I want to mention is that Crystal Palace have been relegated in the first season, so might pick up a bargain in Jurgen Kabay. He's a sort of players we need to bring something into the midfield, which have been lacking in the defensive midfield. He's not the greatest defensive midfielder, but he has a great vision, and fortunately for us, 5 million for Jurgen Kabay has been accepted by Crystal Palace. Now personal contract is what it remains. So here we go. Good news is that Carriers team have accepted the 8 million bid on him, and it just now comes to the contract of 70k which he demands. That's going to be double his wages there. So interestingly, Remy Cabella has been wanted by Olympique Marseille, but I think he's going to have a great season, and he's going to be a very integral part in our campaign as well. So that's it. That's going to be the end of this episode, guys, and I will catch you in the next episode, and I will be starting out the Barclays Premier League. So until then,